Hey, bless up, fam. I don't know what's going on. Let me try to share this event out because it has moved to another destination, and I apologize. For some reason, I went to a different. What's going on? What's going on? Man, I don't know what's going on. Hold on for 1 second. Let me try to get myself together because I thought I was ready, and this stream yard been acting up on me today, and I apologize. And so I tried to go live on just straight YouTube, and it's been a minute since I went straight live on YouTube. And although I struggle a lot with YouTube, it's a reason why I haven't done it. What's going on? Thank y'all for shifting over. Hopefully y'all got the message. Hopefully y'all coming over, and we're gonna sit back and have some grown folk conversation because we transition as we move into 2025. And I hope y'all are ready because we are leaving the ground with conversation. And for some of those that want to stay on the ground, uh, keep playing the old video over and over again. Hopefully y'all will get there. I've gone past trying to save the world. I've gone past trying to be everything to everybody. I've gone past holding back a lot of things that I feel like will be beneficial. And the main reason why I really am motivated to do this video right now is because I see a disappointment in a lot of different people's lives, and I see a lot of different things. And my goal is to encourage you and to transition you. And one thing about life, as you transition, as you grow, understand that everybody can't go. Now, if y'all can see me, I'm seeing a lag. I'm not sure if y'all see the lag, but I'm seeing a lag. I'm going to disconnect this. Are y'all seeing a lag or we good? Because my video is lagging right now. Still don't know what's going on, but hopefully y'all can see me. Give me a thumbs up if y'all can see me and hear me. If you can hear me and see me. I got a serious lag in my video and I don't know what's going on. Hope y'all going on. Let's see what we got right here. Y'all feeling all right? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Is there a lag or are we good? Let me check the chat. What's going on? Thumbs up if you can see me and hear me right now. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I see you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If you can see me and hear me, give me a thumbs up. What's up, Country Hustle? What's going on? Season of the Tree, what's going on? Making it make sense. If you're going to say something, it ought to make some sense. If you're going to say something, it ought to make some sense. What's going on to you? Can you hear me? You can hear me? Good, good, good. Let me tell you, I will not go down without a fight. I will not go down without a fight because I'm telling you, don't touch anything. Okay, we're good. All right. Welcome in. Thank you all for coming in. I missed a lot of y'all. I got to touch something because I got to go back in. Country Hustle 101. What's going on? Country Hustle 101. Gigi, how you doing, my queen? Good to see you. Seasons of Tree. How you doing? Bless up, bless up, bless up. Making it make sense. Natasha. Kim, what's going on? Just got paid. Well, maybe not. Well, maybe some. Wednesday night. My Renaissance grandma, what's going on? Seed, soil, and sunshine. Hello. What's going on? All in the soil. What's going on? Many blessings to you all. Many blessings to you all. Many blessings to you all. Now, let's talk about this. It's time to transition, fam. It's time to transition. It's time to put up our grown folks' pants on and understand that we are living in a time where we need to transition, fam. We need to grow. We need to understand that as we expand our minds, our experience, we need to learn from what people share with us and what people show us. And we need to really understand. Because I'm telling you, if you look at this glass half empty, you will be lacking. Gigi sent me a video, and it's something I've had in my mind for a long time in my spirit. She sent me a video of someone that she's admired, and I can't remember her name, but she says that the words that we speak don't have any emotions. The thoughts that we have don't have any emotions. Somehow we're going to have to understand that God is still on the throne. The Creator is still on the throne. It don't matter what you've been through. It don't matter what you've seen, what you thought. We got to understand that, first of all. Now, with that premise, we're gonna move, and we're gonna quickly move through some stuff. One thing we have seen, that life goes in cycles. Life goes in cycles. I get it. We may not feel like we are where we need to be at. Some of you all have been like me. If I had my choice, I wouldn't have chose anything. And we're talking about not just leadership, but we're talking about life. If I had my way, I would be further along than I am now. But I don't want to diminish what I've been through. I don't want to diminish the journey. And it's not that I'm not grateful, but I just got goals and I got objectives. I got milestones that I want to achieve. And sometimes we may have milestones in our life, but we may not reach those milestones in the time that we feel like. But it still does not mean that we won't meet those milestones, because we ain't giving up. We haven't given up. And my thing is, don't give up. What's up, Kathy B? Good to see you. Kathy B, what's going on? Put some T's in the chat. Y'all put some T's in the chat. I'm not going to keep talking about buying land. It's time to grow up, y'all. J3, what's going on? Thank you for coming over. I saw you in the original. Thank you for coming over, my brother. What's up, B Rich? What's up? Bless up, bless up, bless up, B Rich. I ain't finna keep talking about buying land. Because I've been getting messages from people be like, okay, I got the land, now what? You know, I'm doing prepping, now what? I want to learn how to survive in this country. And I mean by rural living. I ain't talking about the country, United States. I'm talking about practicality, boots on the ground. I want to know, how can I survive? I saved money. I liquidated the money. I put everything into my retirement and it's compromised. I'm depending on my Social Security and it's compromised. I bought land and I ain't got enough money to develop the land. Now what? My car broke down and I've been investing, but now it's going to compromise my savings. Now what? It's time to transition, fam. For those of you who have been motivated and inspired to move to having space, and when I talk about land, I'm talking about space. I ain't talking about like acres upon acres. I'm not talking about buying your first home. I'm talking about having space and having your own solitude, having your own place of peace, you know, because that's what matters in life. Developing communities, right? Okay, you got a group of people and y'all got the land, you own the land. Now what? What do we transition to? Right now in 2025, we're going to transition. All the other videos prior to this, it's about acquiring land, being motivated to get land, to create your homestead, to create your community, create your own nation, to create your own tribe. All of that. We've gone past the foundational pieces of that. Now, some of you all have obtained those things. Now, the challenge will be, how do I maintain these things? How do I move forward? You're seeing all these distractions that really don't have nothing to do with you. In some cases, it will. You got laws that's changing. You got regulations are changing. People don't want people living low income lifestyle by choice. I'm not talking about people who don't have a choice. I'm talking about people who have a little savings, maybe a little retirement. I'm just trying to maybe do a little solar. I'm trying to just live and be free. Not so obligated to have to depend on this cycle. This is the transition and going to 25 that I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to that audience right now. The audience who said, I've done my due diligence and now I want to transition. How do I move forward? Fam, if you open your mind up and you pay attention, we are playing a game in life, but it affects your life and your livelihood. But the beautiful thing about this game of life is cycles. There's different tools that are being used. Like, you don't use a hoe, you may use a tiller. You don't use a tiller, you may use a cultivator. You don't use a cultivator, you use a machine that's driven by AI. The bottom line is natural organic materials are still being used. Gravity don't care about technology. Mindset don't care about technology. The words you speak don't care about technology. Your aura, what you display in this world, don't care about technology. It's just certain things that will be. Water is wet. It don't care whether you're rich, poor, struggling, middle class, whatever color, whatever race. Water is wet. There's certain things in nature that will constantly be. My question is, once we are in this bubble or this spectrum, what do? Some people are being rocked and being shaken by election. And I keep telling you all, keep spirituality out of this stuff, because we know spirituality is every facet of this world. And God is in control and God is still on the throne. Do not lose your faith on that. Understand that. There's things we don't understand, and there's things we may never understand, but understand and have your trust in the Creator. Once we establish that, let's talk about reality. People saying, I'm in fear about my retirement, I'm in fear about Social Security, disability, all these different things, freedoms, all this stuff. Let me tell you, fam, transition your land to community. Once you grow on your own food, once you have your shelter, once you tap into your natural resources, now you need to sustain it, maintain it. You're out here in the country, you done bought a piece of land, whatever portion, whether you're out of this country, in this country, now you need to maintain it. You need to pay the taxes. You need to upgrade the equipment, upkeep the equipment, maintain the equipment. What do you need to do? You worried about you getting ready to retire. Okay, just say you like me. You're in your 50s. You're in your late 40s. You're in your 50s. What did I do? One good thing about cycles is typically whenever the Republicans come into office and they gain the House, the economy will go down. Well, let's say the economy will be challenged. And there will be blame on the Democrats and that previous administration. So don't spend your money on a lot of investments. Stack your bread. Some people say savings, stacking your bread, you're losing money. You need to get in the market. Let me tell you, fam, right now, we're going to probably see a lot over the next 6 to 8 months. We're going to see stocks plummet. We're going to see businesses change. Buyouts going to happen. You're going to see a little bit of influx. But that's the game. I've been here for over 50 years. I've been a dope for well over 30 years. And I watch these same cycles happen. Because we're dealing with emotions and we're dealing with business and we're dealing with people, we're dealing with consumer goods, we're dealing with consumer spending. So things going to get a little tight and there's going to be blame on we got to clean this thing up. And all it is just let's get all the people that are compromised, that are straining, let's get all of them flushed out of the system. Then you're going to get a large organizations, you're going to get a lot of businesses that are going to wait for the economy to go down and they're going to buy at a low. What does that have to do with the homestead? What does it have to do with off-grid living? What does it have to do with leap? Let me tell you, fam, if you can go back to your 9 to 5, you can go back to your job, right now is harvest time. It's fall. Nature don't lie. I keep telling y'all, if y'all watch the video, nature don't lie. Fall time is here. Now's the time to get as much bank as you can and stack it and stack it and stack it. Because opportunities are going to rise. And when they rise, you want to be at the point where you can seize them. Right now, we are in a situation where economy will be nice in the next couple of years. It's going to be sweet because all the big pocket and purse holders are going to get ready to release. But they're only going to release when times are when America is desperate, when the country is desperate. They are going to release their purses, and there's going to be so much spending that's going to happen during the time when we hit the low. I can't help what happened yesterday, 24 hours, or none of that. But what I can do, prepare myself for tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And fam, I'm just trying to share with you something that I learned over the years. Stuff is going to get more expensive. Corporations are going to get bigger and stronger. Labor is going to transition from physical labor to automated labor. The dynamics of this country is going to change. For all of those that say, I'm not working for this, I'm not doing this for this, I'm not doing this for that, whatever suits your boat, that's fine. But understand this, They will be replacements for everything that you don't want to do. And when their replacement comes, when you don't want to hoe your garden, you don't want to manually till your garden, when you depending on your financial advisor that can't explain these dips, when you watch the interest, the dividends that you've been expecting every single month consistently start to dip, you're going to have to pivot and hedge what you're doing. So right now, if you're young, you're able, you're intelligent, you have a skill set, get your bank up, earn as much money over the next 8 to 12 months as you possibly can, and leverage your income and your savings to the opportunities that's going to present yourself over these 8 to 14 months, right? Because there are going to be some opportunities, but we're going to lose a lot of people that's going to be blaming everybody, going to be frustrated. Do not get caught up in that system of blame. Understand the game the rules have already been established. If you're playing the game of sorry or Monopoly, you roll the dice. You don't move backwards unless it tells you to move backwards. You move forward. If you're playing chess or checkers, you move forward. You don't move backwards. But you got to understand the rules of the game. So right now, let's talk about this. Some of you all that have sold everything you had and invested in your homestead, you've been planting seeds, you've been planting trees, you have been planting trees over the next 3 to 4 years. You're going to be pretty darn good. Because during this time, we're still going to have this correction of the economy. It's inevitable. I don't care who's in place, right? We're going to have this correction on the economy. You still need to prep. The window is closing. Make as much money right now as you can. If you got something consistent in your life, keep it consistent. Stack some to the side. And the people that will win are the people who said, I'm done with this system. I don't care about this system. I have nothing, so I ain't got nothing to lose. Those are going to be the people who are going to be all right. They're going to be all right because they already like, I've given up. But now, if you're just trying to maintain, you're just trying to balance everything, the economy is going to rally, fam, in the next probably 18 to 24 months. The economy is going to rally, which will be about time for the next election, leading into the next. But it's going to get cold right now. And with everything transitioning, the blame will be on the previous administration for over the next 18 months on what they've done and getting us out of this hole. But the corporations will be like, now is the time we can liquidate and blame it on the previous administration. We can release people with jobs. We can do all of this. And then what's going to happen over next, going into 2025, by spring, summer 2025, you're going to start to see it's going to drop so low, the economy going to drop so low that you're going to now start to see an increase. Even though it's still low, you're going to see a sort of increase based on the new election by the 6 months after the administration sits in and settles in. They do all the stuff they need to do because we all emotional and frustrated and still blaming each other. It's going to slowly start to grow. It's going to be a slow progression. And then by the end of 2025, you're going to start to slowly see some rallying in the market. There will be ups and there'll be downs. You're going to have to choose those. You got government contracts. Some of these companies that own government contracts, you're going to get some new corporations. We got Elon Musk. We got a lot of different people getting involved. They're going to be heavily involved in government contracts. The reason why you're getting all these well-known, established people involved in these government contracts is because the economy is going to tank. And any business owner knows that you need private sector funds and you need public sector funds. Public sector funds are like they're like your consistent when the economy don't do well. They like your consistent piece, right? So what they're going to do, they're going to diversify. You're going to see more private sector companies that I'm talking about new technology companies. Watch this. You're going to start seeing more technology companies integrate with government because it's in the best interest for this company to support technology advancement. So they schooling some of these young cats who hadn't been around a long time, some of these people who hadn't diversified, who hadn't grown. So they're gonna teach them, integrate your company, build your foundation, and diversify your revenue with government contracts and still keep your public sector. As we go through the dip, the government contracts will keep you balanced. I'm talking about these CEOs on a high level. So I'm not talking about you as a consumer. I'm going to share with you as a consumer some things you can do to protect yourself. A lot of your bonds, they're going to plummet. A lot of those good old standard stuff is going to plummet, right? But when things start to grow up, things start to get big, you're going to watch. It's going to standardize. You're going to be in a good place. So right now, stack your bread, put your funds in. So I'm not a financial expert, but I'm telling you what I'm doing and what I'm watching that happens. Because we got now a new administration transition. We're going to get a bunch of disruption. I'm talking about homesteading because I don't know whether people understand how much finance really deal with homesteading. Farmers, growers, you can't buy no seeds that you need at the beginning of the year if you're trying to grow enough for your community. I'm talking about not like just your homestead. I'm talking about community. We're talking about community-driven movement. We're not talking about feeding one or two people. We're talking about transitioning people and moving groups of people and being good and making it through the turbulent situation. Right now, over the next 8 months to 12 months, right now is the time for you to be stacking, investing in foundational stuff that can get you through these winter months where you're not affected and you need to be able to just sit and be relaxed during this challenging time. Don't worry about the media. Don't worry about all this crazy stuff. There's going to be a lot of laws that are going to change. We get it. All you're going to have to do is pivot. But understand that we talk about the wealthy and what they do, but are you paying attention what happens, fam? What happens right now is you fixing to get an advanced movement in the corporations right now. The corporations finna start winning. They fixing to now. They done been stacking up when you've been balling out, when you've been having fun, this and that. Now they finna wait and they finna watch this correction. And the correction is getting ready to happen. They're gonna buy out everything. You're still gonna have your natural disasters. You're gonna have all of this stuff. You're gonna have a lot of eminent domain. You're gonna have a lot of reconstruction. You're gonna have a lot of reorganization. The country is gonna move to different places. Corporations are going to move out of certain designated areas. They're going to find the opportunity to close down stuff that they've been doing for a lot of years, but they're not going to close down. They're just going to transition and they're going to upgrade. They're going to do a lot of investments in their corporations after the next year. By well into 1 year of next year, the laws and the taxations are going to change. It's going to be favorable for corporations. So now, next year and the next couple of years, when you invest, in whatever you invest, you need to think about corporations. They're going to have so many benefits because we're going to have a downturn over these next months, couple of seasons. Then they're going to be funding for this downturn. They're going to buy and monopolize some stuff. And then what's going to happen is as it transitions, into the next coming years, they're going to already own laws, rights, all kinds of different things, and they're going to be in a good place. Now, what that has to do with me, a homesteader, you need residual income, fam. If you're out here in this rural area, you need residual income. If you're out here in this rural area, if you're a business owner, you need customers. So you, as an entrepreneur, if you're out here in this rural area, you need to start to diversify, get registered. I get it. You want to be off grid, I totally get it. But let's talk about chess and survival. You need to start registering your LLC corporation with government, businesses, contracting. Because as it gets lean, there's going to be a lot of pouring in revenue into government, military, border control, IT. It's going to be cybersecurity. It's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be a lot of money going to be flooding into that. And what you want to do is you want to diversify your business. Even if you got a farm and you sell produce, think about government funding for maybe low income, veterans. It's going to be a lot of government spending, fam. That's all I'm just trying to tell you, because we're getting ready to go into this session. And if you a mechanic, you need to get with your local county, city, register as a vendor. If you are, let's talk about homesteading. You own lawn, bush hogging, all of that, register with your government, your local government, your Department of Transportation. Register with all of these different businesses, because what I'm trying to tell you, there's going to be funding and a lot of spending in government right now. Because that will be the mainstay for corporations to survive during this dip. That's why I'm saying we transitioning, fam. We're not talking about emotions. We're not talking about no feelings. We're not talking about none of that. Fam, work on training. If you're good with words, you're good with different things, training. If we're talking about homesteading, we're talking about mental health. We're talking about a lot of different stuff. Register. Get yourself registered with government, because now it's going to get lean. Not a lot of people are going to be able to spend money. Jobs are going to get cut. Transition getting ready to happen. And a lot of money going to get poured into not only government, but corporations. And the corporations are not going to break you off, because what they're going to be doing is building and reorganizing for the next transition in the next 2 years to 5 years, right? So, fam, understand this. If you're a trucker, I see we got the off-grid trucker. Tap into these government contracts, government disaster relief. Tap into a lot of stuff, because what's going to be big over this next administration and stuff is, look what I'm doing, and look how grand I am, and look how I'm providing resources to the citizens. And if you're smart, you will be one of those contributors to that movement. If you're emotional, you will be looking from the outside looking in. And what matters is you building your community, you sustaining your family, you making sure your friends and your loved ones are taken care of. Because it's fine, you got your food growing, but if you ain't got enough money to put in the oil in your tractor, you ain't got enough money to put in the gas in your tiller, you don't have enough money to pay your taxes, you don't have enough money to pay an attorney to fight for your rights. When you start losing rights and you ain't got enough money in the bank to take care of what you need to take care of, fam, you're gonna understand that a lot of this stuff don't matter. But when you understand the cycle of this system and the way it works, it's so simplistic. But just pay attention. Just pay attention. Now, I could be totally wrong. This is for entertainment purposes. I'm not a financial expert. I'm not none of that. I'm just sharing some things that I've seen over a period of time. And I'm just watching the process go around and around and around. It's something like when I was on the playground, I used to watch everybody ran to swings and the merry-go-round. And if you had everybody on the merry-go-round and only one little gap on the merry-go-round, you're timing the opportunity to jump on the merry-go-round in that gap. And that's what this is right now. So if you're on a fixed income, you're like, I'm on a fixed income, fam. I'm living good. I'm retired. I don't have this. I'm seeing all this conversation. They talking about doing this. They talking about doing that. Some of that stuff won't even affect you, period. You'll be able to do what you need to do. Now, I've shared with you where people on disability funds are being cut. So understand this. I keep saying it don't matter who in the White House because the continuation of the process is going to happen. It's like, yeah, it's them, but they still keeping that ball going down the road. And they'll be like, well, we encountered that based on the previous administration. I'm telling you, watch it. Over the first quarter to over a quarter, you're going to watch so much blame game and on the Democrats, okay? You're going to watch so much blame game on the Democrats. But then if the Republican came after Democrats or the Democrats came after public, they always blame on each other. It don't even matter, right? When the economy doing well, they're going to say it's what we did. And when the economy not doing well, it's the previous administration. So my thing is you still got to pay the light bill. You still got to pay food. You still got to pay for the bread. You still got to pay the doctor bill. You still got to pay insurance. You still got to pay all this. So learn the game and learn the strategies of what you can do to mitigate some of that stuff. Growing your own food definitely helps. Storing what you need to do definitely helps. But it don't matter if you're growing and you're not eating your stuff that you're growing. Some of us, we so busy, we working every day. And we growing so many vegetables and we might do a little dish or something, but are we really, really living off of our garden? Are we really planting enough for our garden? Are we really eating all our fruit? Or maybe we just sharing? Are we really cultivating and working our land? Are we really hedging our expenses in the grocery store with what we're growing? You're in the country, but are you really enjoying this beautiful place, watching sunsets and rises, or are you just getting up, going to work, and then the weekend you might see maybe one day of that? It comes to a point where you need to correct what you're doing, and you need to understand and analyze what you're doing, fam. Because I'm telling you, the bad times going to come from those that are not paying attention to the game. Bad times will come to the people that are emotional and just on raw emotions. The bad time will come to those that can't pivot. The bad times will come for those that rely on other people instead of cultivating and building an infrastructure for yourself. We need to rely on each other because everything I'm talking about has to do with the economy, has to do with our environment. We need it. Don't get it twisted. We need each other. But we need to move in a way that we're smarter than what we are. You know? We need to move in a way where we understand that right now is the time more than ever to stack your bread. Right now is the time to look at Facebook Marketplace. Right now is the time to look at your Roth IRA. Right now is the time to pay attention to your investment portfolio. Right now is the time, not necessarily to move, but to put something else to the side and diversify what you're doing, because it's going to be buying season, fam. You want that tiller? Right now might not be the time. You want that house? Might not be the time. You want that car? Right now might not be the time. We need to let this correction kind of go and mold itself over. And there will be opportunities to buy and to obtain what you need. But right now is observation time. It's fall time. Nature don't lie. Listen to nature. Men will come and go. Leadership will come and go, but nature will stand. Nature will teach us what we need to do. Fall time is harvesting time. Now, if you didn't plant anything previous, you didn't lay down your infrastructure, you have nothing to harvest based on your work and your merit. So now work your behind off to make up for that time. For the squirrels that didn't put them seeds and them nuts in the ground, they trying to harvest and they trying to put stuff in the ground at the same time. So it's gonna be harder on you. If you didn't listen to these preppers and these preparers and all this, it's gonna be double the work for you. But for those of you who listen, don't dig into your cash hole right now. Be patient. Put more in there, and the opportunity will come at a great time, because we getting ready for the wet. Because I don't care whether we like it or not. We say we are the driver of the economy, right? The wealthy moves the needle more than everyday American citizens. The wealthy moves the needle more than everyday citizens. When they release their bag, when they start to spend their money, when they start to feel insecure, guess what happens? You see abundance all over the place. But nothing is more frustrating than you was in a market, you only had $2,000 or $3,000 for a vehicle, and then you bought it to high, and you got a piece of junk. But if you just stay patient, patch up what you got, stay consistent, keep stacking your bread, and then you're going to see opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. It's just this cycle, fam. I've seen it too many times. And for me not to share it with you, I'll be a fool. I'll be a fool, because, fam, don't be dismayed. Understand this. The world is watching us. They seeing what just happened. And just because you see something happen on one side of the house, don't think they're not operating together, fam. Don't think they don't break bread. Don't think, it's just like we watch NFL, we watch NBA, we watch all this stuff. Don't you know they trade politicians? Don't you know they do trading? Don't you know they give up certain things in exchange for certain things? But it's still the NFL. It's still the NBA. That don't change. So, fam, don't be discouraged. Learn the game. Stack your bread right now. Get you 2 and 3 jobs and stack your bread. And you saying you think inflations are high now? I'm telling you, after this recession, stuff gonna get higher. It's gonna crash the system. It's gonna show how bad this administration has been. It's gonna make you where you don't never want to vote for this administration again. It's gonna push it so far in the ground. And the beginning of the next administration, you're gonna see a little rallying, because it's gonna be so bad in the dumps The little rally gonna make you feel empowered. It's gonna make you feel, oh man, that's what I'm talking about. And then it's still not gonna be good because you're gonna be so deep and far that just a little hope will make you hold on. And meanwhile, while you got that hope and that little hype off of one or two things, the corporation's gonna be sucking everything up because people gonna be, let me tell you, small corporations, struggling corporations gonna bow down and they're gonna swallow everything up and they're gonna grab everything up. And they're gonna get real fat and real nice. And then come about a year to two, you're gonna see the economy just go wow. And what we need to do is let it drop. And when it drops, that bread you've been stacking, drop it into there. And when it rallies, we get introduced in some more of those that are doing well. But the goal will be for you to be distracted and not pay attention to this. The goal will be for you not to be connected with this process. The goal will be for you to be emotionally charged and be distracted and all this and that, and you won't pay attention at this same old cycle going on. And if you get emotionally charged on all this stuff and you get all in your feelings and you watch all this stuff and the media are going to show you all kinds of stuff that's going to distract you, all of this, all of that, people that you ain't never really cared about, you remember, you're going to start seeing all kind of spontaneous, crazy stuff. And you thought stuff was at a level. You thought some of these artists and some of these moguls were like, what? It's going to teach you certain things. First of all, it's going to teach you not to trust the people you can relate to. Let me say this one more time. It's going to teach you not to trust the people that you're emotionally connected to. It's going to teach you people that's going to try to teach you forward movement, not to trust them. It's going to teach you intellectual progression that is buffoonery, it's foolish. It's going to discredit anything that's going to try to make you think for yourself. It's going to keep you emotionally connected. You're going to see a lot of potting. You're going to see a lot of parties. You're going to see frustration. You're going to see finger pointing. And then you're going to see joy and happiness as we transition over these next 4 years. It's the same game, fam. And then they're going to decide whether we want to continue this. If they say we want to continue this, they will let it happen another 4 years. If they say right now we need to slow it down, they will transition to another party, right? Then another party will make you beg for something different. Don't get caught up in the hype. Don't get caught up in this hustle, man. This is a hustle game, and we've been hustling for way too long. Let us transition. Let us open up our eyes. Let us get our surfboards on. Let us strap up. Let us continue to buy our land. Let's continue to build our communities. Let's continue to save. Let's continue to combine our resources. Let us continue to move and afford. Let us diversify what we got, not putting everything in one pot. Let us continue to confuse the norm and be more independent. Let us make our homestead make money. Let us make our homestead in our nations and our community to gain residual income and not just based on technology, not just based on crypto, but diversify through your community and investing in others that if one is attacked, it's not shutting our lights off on our forward progress. Because the worst thing you could do is once you start advancing, once you start growing, somebody, and when you add to the community, somebody gonna tell somebody, and somebody gonna come in and spy, and somebody gonna do this, and then they're gonna try to tear down the unity. Don't get caught up into that. Be diversified, be strategic, learn the processes, learn the cycles, and wait on that slot on the merry-go-round. Wait on your slot on your merry-go-round where you know you can win and you can hop on and you can ride that wheel. And then once you ride that wheel, clamp down and hold on. The worst thing you could do is want to get on that merry-go-round and can't get on. The worst thing you could do is not plan to get out there on that swing and wait in line your whole play period to get on the swing and you don't get on that swing. Some of us may not need to get on the merry-go-round or the swing. Some of us may need to just play hopscotch. Some of us may need to just go in the corner and talk. Some of us may need to run, play tag. The bottom line is get in the game and enjoy every single moment of your life that you possibly can, and don't get caught up in this emotional foolishness, because today is still today. The sun still rose and the sun still set. Your kids are still there. Your family's still there. But they're only there for a minute, fam. And if you're not strategically trying to put yourself in the mix of what matters to you, if you're not trying to put yourself in the mix, what matters to you, then it's going to pass you by. And you're going to find yourself missing out on a lot of stuff. And life ain't about that. The Creator have given you everything you need and given it to you in abundance. So don't get caught up in this rat race. Don't get caught up in this cycle thing. Remember, a community needs a place, and it does not mean physical, but space. I keep saying, when I buy land, I don't buy tangible land. I buy space. Take off my shirt, take off my pants, do whatever I need to do, play my music, pull my car around, go for a walk, do whatever. It's space. That's all it is. Whether it's an apartment, whether it's a house, whether it's a room in a house, it's space, fam. Have your own personal space that you can manage. And me personally, the more space that you can manage, the more you can just enjoy life. The less limitations and the more options you have in life, the more you can truly enjoy life. The more that you close in the walls and bind in the walls through debt, through obligations, through all of that. It's fine to have debt if it's just for a period of time. But if your debt game is this is the way of life and this is how it's going to be, more power to you. But if you're looking for an alternate source, an alternate place, a community needs to have space, which I call land or room. It needs to have a food source or natural sources, water, food, air, right? Shelter, right? Then it needs to have something to maintain that space and them resources. And if you don't have them things in place, you're going to get rocked back and forth, back and forth. Things, when you have that in place in your life, people be like, oh, the election, oh, the economy, all of this, all of that. It may matter, but it really don't matter. Man, I sure hate they cut this. I enjoyed it when it happened, and I was able to enjoy it because I already had everything I needed. But I still ain't gonna miss a beat. But understand, in order to maintain that, fam, there are no shortcuts with obtaining space. There are no shortcuts with obtaining food, shelter, water, all of that. Whatever it takes, clothing, whatever. There's no shortcuts. And to maintain it, there's definitely not no shortcuts. But guess what? The less you have to maintain, the less maintenance or time that you have to use for somebody else. Because regardless, a flower needs a pollinator. So we need each other, fam. We need each other. But the more that we can cultivate a like mindsets and the more that we can help each other and build it, it's hard to help somebody if you ain't even got it. It's hard for me to say you can plant on the back quarter of my land and share with me. Or it's hard to say your cows can graze on 5 acres of my land if I ain't got 5 acres. So understand this, you got to be equitable. Somehow I don't think we watching us leave the 9 to 5, we watching us leave a lot of stuff, but you got to be equitable. You want this community to be listened to. You want this community to be respected. What you providing to them, you got to be equitable. If you don't have anything to trade or exchange and you just want something, what's the point? There's no difference between a relationship or anything else. Oh, he fine. He fine. Okay. That fine is to last for a little while. But if he ain't providing nothing, he not giving nothing, whether it's intellectual, physical, or a combination of all of it, or spiritual, combination of all of it, what is the use? Same thing. We of this community, we of that community, we of this race, or we of that race. If you ain't communicating, if you're not communicating, if you're not contributing with the overall, then what we doing, fam? The reason why things were successful in the past is because we were big contributors. The reason why we are not as successful with moving the ball, I'm not saying we're not successful, but as a unit where we all are moving, not for a few segments, but for our overall, is because are we unified in providing resources? What resources are you providing? I get it with ancestors. I get what grandmama did. I did what great grandmama did. I did what great granddaddy did. But what we doing now? As a unit, as a whole. Then you have nothing to exchange other than emotions. And when all you have to do is exchange emotions is, I'm impacted originally, but eventually, it's almost like if you ever met somebody that break down in tears every time you talk to them, no matter what you talk to them about, every time they just breaking down in tears. First, you impacted and you like, oh, I hate that. You emotional. But every time you talk to them, they're breaking down in tears. Eventually, you're going to become numb. All right, fam. I'm finna go into the chat and I'm finna slide on out, fam. We transitioning this channel though, for real. We done gone past the phase of different ways to acquire land, buying land. Now we own our land, and now we getting ready to talk about how do you maintain your land. And when I keep saying land, I keep saying Eco Nation. How do you maintain Eco Nation? And I need y'all to see the vision with Eco Nation. It's not about me, but it's about you empowering yourself to build your own community. And it starts with one person, one idea. You're going to have to learn to get yourself good. You're going to have to learn to create some space. Then you're going to have to share it with somebody else. That means you got to be vulnerable. Some people not going to always understand it, but you're going to find the person that's going to respect it. Then you're going to build on that. You're going to teach some others. You're going to grow that area. And you're going to find that you got a whole community. And some of us, the majority of my viewers are older, but it's a good mix. But if you're 35 and up, your ass getting older. And you're going to need some help. Right now, I can lift these logs and move these logs and do it. But some logs, I have to take more rest, more breaks. And sometimes I just want to sit and relax. And I still need the work going. So we need each other, fam. And we just got to understand that we can't do this thing by ourselves. I get it, what we want to do, how we want to do. But a wildebeest needs grass. A lion needs a wildebeest. And a vulture needs all of them to die to survive. And it's just a cycle of life, fam. Okay, I appreciate that, Country Hustle. I'm jumping on in there. What's up, Country Hustle? What's going on? What's up? You know, you see, I'm trying my best to paint a picture to the part where I just want to motivate us to transition, fam, in life right now. And I get it. It's a lot of disappointment in life. It's a lot of things that don't go the way we need to go. But we don't need to always show our hand. We don't need to always talk about what we're going to do. We need to truly get together and position ourselves in a position where we can make decisions that will affect others and will impact others. But you can't do that if you always at this level, fam. If we always at this level of like, what? It bothers me with every time we talk about, let me just say some key words. And I'm talking to the majority of the fans. Because every time I look at my chat, I can't say who all watching. But the majority of my audience, we very well melanated, right? But guess what? When I say poverty, crime ridden, when I say good schools, when I say robbery, crime, when I say all this stuff, there's mental things that pop in our head and we don't ask for them things, man. I ain't never asked for them mental images to come in my head. I've been programmed that comes in my head. I've been programmed that comes in my head. And the crazy thing about it, I've been on the inside of the gate. In the beautiful state of Florida, I've been on the inside of the gate. In Georgia, I've been on the inside of the gate. And I see a diverse array of people who have done some good things and some bad things and some bad decisions. And they ain't all melanated. They ain't all melanated. But why in the world, if I say shoplifting, what pops in your head? Why is it so negative? If I say homesteading, I say gardening, I say meditation. Don't think of a place, but let's think of a person. Let's just erase a place, erase the environment. Let's talk about persons. Carjacking. What pops in your head? Mental image. Let's be truthful now. Armed robbery. Farming. Country living. Worm gardener. Citrus grower. Cotton grower. Hammock. Sitting in the hammock. Vacation. Banker. doctor, lawyer, judge, senator. We don't ask for this to be planted in our head. This stuff has been programmed in our head. And my question is, how do you debunk all of that? You start step by step, paying attention to the process, paying attention to the flow, paying attention to how things go. Stop feeding into that programming. Unplug it. Listen. Be intentional. Create environments. How do you create the environment? You got to own something. You can't mandate a record label if you don't own no record label. You can't mandate a distribution if you don't own no distribution. It's too hard. They own the industry because we want what we want. Don't nobody want to sacrifice. Don't nobody want to be the one to say, he started that, but I finished it. He created that, but I finished it. She created that, but I finished it. She started that, but I finished it. Thank you for laying down the pavement. Thank you for putting it down. Supermarket owner, grocery store owner, cashier, plumber, craftsman, blacksmith, machinist, well digger, they own 1,500 acres. What image pop in your head? They got a whole airline. CEO. You know, we got to debunk this mindset, man. Because the bad thing is that in order to make that change, you got to first have something to bring to the table. And we as everyday people, because most of us, we either retired, semi-retired. I'm talking about my audience. I ain't talking about no other audience. Retired, semi, because I look at the demographics, and they could be lying, but I'm just going based on what I see. I have very few 20-year-olds in the 20s. I started to get some momentum in the 30s. 40 strong, 50 super strong, 60 and above are like my next. And my question is, what are you doing? Or have you just said, I'm just trying to finish my day, be at peace, and be done? And that's the best you can do. I'm just trying to get to retirement, you 50-year-olds. That's the best you can do. And then when they snatch the carpet up underneath you, what you gonna do? Figure it out. Start your YouTube. Start investing. It ought not be so. You've been warned. You have been warned. Now is the time. Now is the time. Not only to prepare for tomorrow, but maintain through the day. Now is the time for you to make that choice and make that decision. Just grow and do better. And support those that's trying to encourage you to do it. Now's the time. And if you ain't supporting them, then you're against them. Bottom line, you ain't doing it. What's up, family man? What's up? Let's see. What's up, Boss Hal? What's going on? Good to see you, Boss Hal. Long time no see, man. Hope you living well. Hope you prospering, man. Hope everything going good. T. Perry, do you think it'll be a bad time to buy land during the transition? I did a video maybe 2 years ago. When is a good time to buy land? When you can afford it and when the land is right for you. That's the time to buy land. The worst thing you could do with buying anything is in desperation. I won't forget. This is something to kick me in my butt. I know how to work on cars. I know how to build cars. I know how to do all that stuff, right? But I put myself in a situation because I was trying to maintain everything and I had too many balls in the air and I'm trying to juggle it. And then I got to the bad situation where I needed a car real bad. And I needed that car real bad. And I had me a little cash on the hand and I got so bad with my current vehicle that I barely made it to, and some of y'all can relate to this, barely made it to the dealership. Barely made it to the dealership. Car conked out, almost had to push it into the lot of the dealership, right? And then I bought a car. That's a bad situation to be in, fam. That's the worst situation you could be in. When you barely pushing that car into that lot, and guess what all them salespeople doing? Sitting up there looking in the window watching you push that car into that lot. And they know you ain't leaving there unless you get a car. That's a bad situation to be in. And many of us, we waiting for the interest rate to get low. We waiting for a certain piece of property to go for sale. And nothing wrong with none of this stuff if you already got a foundation. Nothing wrong with that. But if you ain't even got a foundation and you depending on other people and corporations to allow you to stay where you are, to exist where you are, to come and go where you are, that's a bad situation. Now, am I saying go out and just jump? No. Once again, know what you want. Know, do your research, do your due diligence, find that piece of property. And if it fits in your price range or your budget, buy the land. Because this is the crazy thing about it. This thing what people don't understand. I'll give you this right here. This right here, look at this, y'all. This right here is a controller to a drone. Right? This is a controller to a drone. Guess what this is? This is another controller to a drone, right? Which one is more expensive? And which one is more valuable? Which one would decrease in value the quickest? Now, let's talk about this. I don't have one near me, but if I had one, I wish I had something. Man, I wish I would have had something. I got a precious metal, or just say this wood. I got a wood container, solid wood. I had two pieces of solid wood just like that drone controller. Which one would decrease in value quicker, one or the other? Just say they was identical. The crazy thing about these drone controllers, if you need it, it can be very valuable, right? It can sell pretty good. But if you don't need it, it can be worth almost nothing. But guess what's going to happen? Over a period of time, neither one of them ain't going to be no good because it's all technology driven. When it comes to land or natural resources, water may fluctuate a little bit. Dirt may fluctuate a little bit. But over the long period of time, it ain't going down plummeting. Land, just if you got raw land, it's almost better that you don't even do nothing with it. Even if you say, I'm fixing to diversify, buy me some stocks, buy me some crypto, buy me some property. So crypto go down, stocks may go down. Now you got people not buying land. Guess what you can still do? Still stay on that land, still go on that land. You can store your stuff on that land. You ain't got to put nothing in storage on that land. Any infrastructure enhancements you do to that land, the value gonna go up, right? It's so solid, fam. Well, it's not fashionable to own land. I don't care. People still need a place to stay. It ain't cool to go buy land. It's still, people need something to build on. Even, I don't promote this, but what they doing in South Florida, do y'all not see what they doing in South Florida? Why are these people, these wealthy people, buying these people houses that's flooded? Why are they buying these people property that's flooded? Why are they doing that? But guess what? They buying them at the right time and at the right price. And that's why I keep saying, when is the right time to buy land? Is when it's at the right time and the right price based on your budget. Some of these people may buy a house that's worth $500,000 for $250,000. And then they go back and assess the value and they say it's only worth 230 or 220. They still understand that if I do some improvements or sit on it and do nothing, it's still going to increase. Get in the game. Get on the merry-go-round. Get on the swing, fam. You can't talk to nobody. You can vote all you want to, but you can't have no intellectual conversation, because what they're going to do, they're going to Google your ass. They're going to go in the public records and see who you are. What's your job? What assets you own? Oh, this is a landowner. Oh, this person is in not a renter, but this is a true landowner that's paying taxes. Your value changes. Your word and your credibility changes. Now you're speaking their language because you're a contributor to them being there. Versus, it's a rental, I don't really care. Yeah, they paying the land on, but I care more about the person that owns the property they rent. Now all of a sudden, same way you go dating or whatever, people Google you, they Google you too. But they Google you in a different way. They do property appraisals. What was that guy name that stood up at the council meeting? Okay. I don't even see them. They don't own no land. Oh, that's not one of our constituents. Oh, no. They talking about doing what? To bring what? We'll see what we can do, but that's not how my level. You're not speaking the language. Learn the game, fam. Learn the game. Oh, okay. This person. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. This is a property owner. Oh yeah, they paying taxes. Okay. We might need to listen to them at the next council meeting to take them a little bit serious or whatever. It ain't fair. It ain't right. I don't like that politician. I don't like this. But if they're gonna get done what you need to get them done, you better be able to speak their language, be able to relate to them. And then you go back in your space and do whatever the freak you want to do. Right? Right? Win the war, not the battle. Let's see. Okay, V Cooper 52. What's going on, V Cooper 52? You are so right. Government spend contract dollars on everything in the U.S. And let me tell you, right now is a good time to go ahead and get yourself, if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, to diversify yourself and get registered, right? Get registered with the state. Learn what not only the state, but government, federal government. Don't get caught up in these contracts, these programs. Forget all of that. Get registered and learn their spend and spend patterns and learn who they contracting with. Once you learn they spend and they spend patterns and what they buy, if it aligns with your business, align your business in tune with them. And then later on, maybe look at these and look at that and these opportunities and that. People sometimes they just go in looking for the handout. If you ain't got nothing to offer, you can get the hand out and you won't get a contract still. I don't understand why people don't understand that. Okay, he ain't got no job. Okay, do we understand that he ain't got no job? He ain't had no job. He out of shape. He stay with his mama. He ain't got no car. Ain't got his own place. He's not active, but he hollering at me. And we understand that. But when it comes to business and we moving, I got my own. So what? You got the LLC. So what? You got the corporation, C Corp, S Corp. Who cares? Can you provide me a resource and get my attention for something I need? Now we can maybe have a conversation. Oh, by the way, there's another program we could probably put you in that'll give you some. Now stuff start moving. But if you ain't got nothing to transaction with, what we doing right here? I'm wasting my time, and time is money. And time is so precious. When people hire you, they exchange your time and your resources for a product, for an end result. The greater you can provide a resource at a discounted price, the better support and longevity you will have. I don't know where we miss that when it comes to this thing called life. If I'm homesteading and I got a pretty homestead, I got a pretty house, I got a pretty garden, I got pretty plants, I got all of that, and I'm feeding my family, I'm taking care of my family, I'm providing for my family, and we got a whole ecosystem going on. And then when I need some oil, when I need some Wi-Fi, when I need some internet, when I need a power station, when I need some solar panels, I can come to them saying, I got all of this stuff. And they say, what's in it for me? You ain't got no money, so what you want me to train? Well, I got a YouTube page and I'm doing this and I'm doing. Okay, your audience, what are they doing? What are they doing? Are they buying your channel? Okay, your channel, I see your channel, but advertisers are not advertising with you because you really not, you're doing containment. I applaud your effort. I applaud everything you got going, but what are you giving me for this process? It's no difference. There's no difference. The off-grid trucker. Trust me, bro. I'm on it. Hey, we gotta get on it. We gotta get on it, fam. You on them? Hey, you on your trucking line? Trust me, bro. Even if, let me share this with you. Okay, off-grid trucker. Some of us ain't entrepreneurs. Some of us are not like. There's nothing wrong with that. But what you can do, if you're an employee and you realize your company is going down one direction, and you say, hey, have y'all considered this? I could do some research and maybe we can get registered with the government. Even if you say, I don't even want the headache of running no business, owning no business or nothing like that. I'm off-grid living, I'm out here living, and I got a little part-time job, and I want to keep this part-time job and still taking care of everything, or I got a full-time job, still take care. Look at the dynamics of that part-time job or that full-time job. What are they doing? Are they really proactive or are they just closed-minded? Especially in rural America, sometimes they'll be like, y'all don't see that Walmart breaking ground now? Y'all don't see that Home Depot? Y'all don't see that Lowe's? We need to diversify what we're doing. Y'all don't see that? I want to keep this job. I want to maintain it. Sometimes you got to be like, don't think that the owner is so intelligent that they really know what's going on either. Enlighten your people. Think about winning the game. Your job may not see the nuances are going on because they're so busy providing the product or the service. Educate them. Teach them to diversify. You're in a position of any type of management or something for a corporation or business or whatever. Share with them some insight about diversification. You don't know. Next thing you know, you might even get a promotion just by bringing something like that to the table. And then you can add more value to your compound, to your whatever you got, to your homestead, whatever. Erica Taylor, what's going on, Erica? Good to see you. What's up? What's up, Rucker Homestead? What's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Appreciate that. 27. I appreciate every like I can get, man. Appreciate that. Rob in the garden, how you doing? Bless up, man. Like that. What's going on? What's going on? Put some T's in the chat. Ask the Law Man. Thank you so much for what you do, Ask the Law Man. Grammy's Journal, what's going on, Grammy's Journal? Good to see you. You're dropping a lot of jewels, brother. I hope people pick. Let me tell you. Everything we learn, we ought to share it. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't just hoard it and keep it. We should share it. And it's getting to the part where we can't just stand around and just wait for people to keep picking it up. Let me tell you, you leave breadcrumbs down, some people may pick them up, but some animals may pick them up too at the same time. And if you stay there, some of them same people that you're trying to run away from are the ones picking them up and getting closer to you. So trust me, fam, it's good to have love, compassion, this and that, but it's transitioning time, fam. We getting ready to get some challenging time where a lot of the things that we've known are going to change. It don't matter whether they're good or bad, but when they change, we need to be able to adjust, and we need to be able to keep maintaining and sustaining. Because your impact may not be as great in the future as you want it to be. You, as being a minority, may not be the leader of the minority, right? You may be in the backfield and be the minority of the minority. You may be the minority of the minority. And if you ain't got no community, which we watching other minorities, as they put it, have a community, what we doing, fam? What we doing? We known for what? We are resources to this country for what? We provide what services? We provide what goods? When it comes to us, we're known for what? When it comes to exchanging, we are known for what? And if it's entertainment, oh well. Just dominate it. If it's for sports, whatever it is, oh well, dominate it. But learn how to secure it, learn how to own it, learn how to diversify to the part where you not only just contain it for yourself, but learn how to diversify it for others, and learn how to allow others to provide resources to you. That way you don't have to physically do it anymore. And if that don't make no sense, just keep playing it over and over, and maybe it'll happen. Maybe it'll happen. What's up, Timothy? What's going on, Timothy? Good to see you. Been coming in the live. I really appreciate you, man, coming in live. Good evening to you too as well. Fam, I'm fixing to get ready to get out of here. I done stayed on way longer than I really planned to. But I just want to motivate you, want to inspire you to, let me tell you, just like your heartbeat, it goes up and it goes down. You don't want it to never stay stagnant, because that ain't a good. Flat line is not a good thing. And as it transitions, you ride those highs and you ride them lows, you ride them peaks and you ride them valleys. But prepare, family. Prepare for the next transition. The next transition is probably going to get a little tight, going to get a little rough. We'll probably see some job laws, corporations kind of moving around, adjusting their furniture a little bit. It's cool. You ain't going to like it because it's fall time going into winter. And you didn't do what you should have did spring, but it's not too late. Because it's fall, stack your bread. Make sure you diversify your revenue in different ways. I don't care if it ain't but $30. You got something that's providing you $30 a month. You got something that provides you $50 a month. Some providing you $200 a month. Some providing you $1,000 a month. Have multiple pieces of that. And not just have it to survive, but have it to also invest and stack it to the part where it's gonna get tight. And some people say, well, how did I do that? How did I do that, Eco? I don't care if you buy something. I'm give you something so simple. I'm here in Florida. What if I bought a $20 palm tree? I up potted it, made it in a bigger pot, and I just took care of it for 5 years. That $20 palm tree will probably be $60 to $70 in the next 2 to 3 years. And you think I'm exaggerating? You're crazy. If you wait to the right time, that palm tree that I could sell will be worth $40 to $60, 2 to 3 times. Now imagine if I got 100 of those. And I'm being very low frequency right now with that. But you can be creative and do the same thing, but not in stuff that's fad, not in stuff that's just trendy, not in stuff that's just technology driven. But think about natural resources, natural things that do not go down in value. They may fluctuate, but they just don't go down in value. Man, I paid $900 for this, and now it's worth $700. And then 6 months, it was $1,200. A gain is still a gain. It's better than you putting $20 in an account, and here it is, they charge you service fees, and now it's $15. And then now they charge you an annual fee, and now it's $5. And then now, because you dropped below the $5, they done just took it all out. It's better than playing them games, fam. Better than playing them games. So be creative. Be smart. Learn the game. Watch these cycles. And wait for your time to get on that merry-go-round. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and don't forget to keep on growing. Grow. Take care, y'all. I love you.